Hey everyone, it's Megan Wise with Portfolio Profits Podcast. We are here talking about how to make more profit in your real estate game. And I'm so excited to bring for the first time ever our guest, Allison Eggers. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here today.
Of course.
It's a big day for us.
Yes, I'm so excited.
We get to finalize onboarding of Allison becoming the Wise Group staging and design along with marketing director. So thank you for taking this position. We're so excited to have you. Tell us about how you got here.
Yes, I'm so excited. So my name is Allison Eggers, and I'm finishing up my year at the University of Kentucky. And I am a marketing major with a certificate in sales. So I'm super excited and almost done. And so last year, I was able to intern McKenna, who was the marketing director last year. She did such an amazing job and taught me so much. And so last summer, I was able to shadow her and learn so much from her. And so this year I am back and so excited, so ready. And so called up Megan a couple weeks ago and she's like, all right, come back on board. And so here I am for another summer.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you and hopefully for infinity, right? So last year you got to intern around Keller Williams Portfolio. Our marketing director, McKenna Mitchell, you guys worked flawlessly on making our listings look great. You guys staged some listings. You guys did lots of videos, lots of social media push. You guys taught us about SEO. You taught us how to use Instagram better. So it was such a lovely mix of like having this young, fresh blood of you young girls studying and knowing and doing what you learned in school and then bringing it to the forefront in your actual internships or jobs. And like, how cool is that to be a college student last year as an intern and now you get to come on as a full-time employee? Like, how does that feel and just the experience of it all?
Oh my goodness. Yes, of course. If you would have told me last summer that I would be here this summer doing this all over again, I probably would have said, no, there's no way. Last summer, I took that position. I was a little bit anxious about it and scared. And the team had their arms open for me and were so kind and brought me in. And as I said, McKenna was great and taught me so much. And so from all of the staging of the houses that I shadowed Sarah with, I did all of that. And then I helped McKenna with going to all the showings and taking some videos and clipping all those together, making the houses look at the best like they can. And so it was such an amazing time. And I learned so much more than I could ever learned in a classroom. And so being able to experience all of that, I feel like I'm really excited for this summer to come full force and ready to do it all over again and hopefully make it even better.
Yeah, of course. And you learned so much between last year as an intern with marketing and now you're going to join forces with the Wise Group. And I think it's really exciting to take your niche skills at such a young age that you very much have in your wheelhouse of living with a building family, a flipping family. So tell us a little about your background and how you got to love design and staging and all that.
Yeah, so as long as I can remember, my parents have been building houses. They started when I was young. So my parents build houses and sell every 2 years. So I've lived in more houses than I can count on my hands.
I mean, probably, right? At least more than 10.
Oh, more than 10. And especially because sometimes we have rentals in between them. So there's been dozens by now.
That is a whole life experience wrapped up.
It is, but I will say it is one of my favorite things that I've ever done. And it for sure made my childhood because it's so awesome. I love it so much. So my mom is the general contractor. So she is the one who is in charge of it all. She's a girl boss. She does it all.
Girl boss.
Yes. And so I've been able to watch her and how she does it all. And on top of that, she's also the interior designer. So I'm there watching her do all of this. She's so incredible. And I've learned so much from her firsthand, from all the years of my life, just watching her do it. Out of all my siblings, I'm definitely the one who fell in love with it the most. I'm definitely, it's a huge passion of mine and something that I really love. And so now we're at a season of life where my mom will text me and be like, hey, what's your thoughts on this? And I'm like, no, mom, don't do that. This is more trendy. This is cuter. And so because of that, we've been able to decorate our houses in a really, really beautiful way. And I love the fact that now I can help her throughout all of that.
Yeah, that's so cool that you guys have that trust in each other now. And you guys are like two peas in the pod there. So I've gotten to work with your mom, Tiffany Eggers, in many ways in real estate, buying, selling, building, helping her as a friend and as advisor, as a real estate broker. And it's just been such a really special experience watching what your family does, because I think a lot of people are scared to do that and move their family and change houses. But I think it's a fun journey and a project. And it shows that like the creative side of building something and then making it beautiful and then making some money at it too, which is so fun. And able to, and I know you guys are such good stewards of your money and give to charity. And I think it's so beautiful to be a part of watching your family grow up and do this with luxury flips all around the North Side. And you were not just watching. I think you were also like in the car buying the things, right?
The amount of times, the stories I could tell you of, I remember one instance for sure is that one of our hardwoods got delivered outside of our house. And you know how heavy hardwoods are. We had to, my mom brought us all over and we had to carry the hardwoods from the driveway all the way to like the basement, to the upstairs, to the main floor. And it was the worst time of my life. But overall, it's really, really good. There's for sure some funny stories or
another one. So your mom's the GC bossing you all around to do stuff.
Yeah. And we do whatever she says because we know that it's a busy time for her. I know another story is that my mom is the cleanest freak that I know. Like she's crazy clean freak. And so anytime there's a speck of dust in that house, which obviously there is, we're building where it's a construction. And so we'll be building a house and my mom will call us all over with all of these like vacuums and be like, get on your hands and knees and vacuum. So that's definitely another task that we for sure do with building. But she loves to make sure that it looks good and that it's done well. And so I've learned from her and learned how to make things look really, really well by taking the time to do it and just focusing on making sure that you have it to the best of its ability.
Yeah. And what I love seeing, like watching you and your mom over the years as, you know, being the privileged of having to get to be your guys' realtor is to see the behind the scenes, the during the scenes and the end. And I love how she and you guys take such great care of your homes and you treat it like it's something that you'll have forever. And then you hand it over to the next buyer and she always makes sure the paint. Let's talk about this. Like when you move the stuff out, or a lot of times we try to sell with the furniture. Love that because she's such a great eye with the furniture and the design piece. Is that most buyers go, I just want to buy this all turnkey, which means I want all the furniture. So that plays into like what we feel like our union here is that people want the end product already done for them on their houses. So your mom, I love as we work together, watching you guys, making sure when we hand over the house to the buyers, making sure that there's no like nail that's hanging out on the wall. You take the nail out, you spackle. It looks literally perfect. Like from the day no one had ever lived there.
Yeah. My mom taught me like when you leave a house, it looks better than when you built it because we built it 2 years before. So my mom will, every single nail she'll fix, any paint job that needs to be done, she'll fix that too. And so
I think it's really great, our collab here, because you're kind of the missing link to the Wise Group. Is we want to make the home as beautiful as possible on the front end, because nowadays the buyers are so busy. There's a lot of 2-income families. People are in youth sports, they're traveling, and they want to sell their house. They want to market it. They need to move or want to move. But you can get up to 10% more on an offer if your home is actually staged rather than completely vacant. There's a NAR statistic, National Association of Realtors, that say 50% of realtors say that if the home is staged, the home will sell faster. That's just simple common sense. I mean, we can look at the data. It's all there in many different ways. But if a person walks into the home, think about when the psychology of a buyer, you're stressed out, you just got home from work, you're meeting your realtor, it's dinner time. And when you look at the house and it's vacant, it's like, okay, but your brain can't conceptualize the vision because of all the other filters going on. But if, we have this collab where before you go to market, you bring in the Wise Group, and Ellison we want to create that vision for them. Yeah. So it takes away the negatives. right? So tell me a little bit about your passion there.
Yeah, for sure. So I have an issue of mine. Whenever I walk in a room, I love to see how can I make this room better and envision a way that I can change it. And so I think that's something that a lot of people do struggle with. They walk in a room and it's an empty room and they're like, oh my goodness, like this isn't, I couldn't see my family living here. Well, yeah, it's an empty room, empty house. You can't imagine that. And so I think by what we're talking about doing of making staging and staging these houses, I think it would be awesome to have people walk in and they see, oh, you know what? Here's a couch. I could totally see my family sitting on that couch. Here's a rug. It feels more homey, you know? Along with that, also, there's things like paint and different situations like that that can also really fix up a house. Like you walk into a kid's bedroom and it's neon green and you're like, my daughter's not going to like that. Well, maybe that's just not for you. And so you paint that wall white and all of a sudden the room looks bigger. Your daughter's going to love it. And it's better overall.
Yeah, and I think that's a really great point about paint is we can also talk this about lighting, light fixtures, paint, and just some small things, rugs, shower curtains, a simple sofa. And I think what we can do is bring those spaces into more of a vision and remove the negative. So if you see that neon green, the buyer, when they go home to talk about the potential of them buying the house, they make a list. Typically, we suggest make a pro and con list. And does this hit most of what you want and need? Well, that wall, that green wall, like that is a $300 problem. We need to remove very minor problems and very minor distractions to the buyer. Because in this world, it's so fast paced and buyers are inundated with Instagram images or house or Pinterest, and it's very overwhelming. And then to walk into a home that has an empty room, you're like, what do I do with that? How do I do that? And so I think we know statistics say staging will help and it will help set the stage. Most buyers can't create in their mind. And so whether it's changing the paint color, we're going to bring in a couple different light fixtures. We'll bring in the handyman to change out the light fixtures. We'll bring in furniture. We'll hang mirrors. We'll go get the throws and the shower curtains and all that. So, and I think what's really neat is that a lot of sellers, they don't have the time to execute. And really what we're going to do is create the vision and then execute the vision if you want. So some sellers might just want the bedroom done or their kids' rooms redone, which I've done personally. About 5 years ago when I sold my primary home, I brought in a stager designer and she redid 3 of my kids' bedrooms. And I'm telling you that rate of return on that, making it feel and look just so much better. It always photographs better. And, and it's nice because beauty does sell and the image and the vision does sell a buyer. They're more willing to pay more. They're more willing to offer faster. And so those kind of results are what we want on Wise Group. And so I'm so glad to have you join us officially, creating this space for everybody. And whether it's from creating like an Amazon wish list where we go through the home, which is what we've done before, is go through each room and say, we would change that light fixture. We'd paint it with this paint color. We would change the knobs here, make a list, and then either have the client execute the list or bring you in the next step, execute the list, and then bring it in and for a couple hours, make the home look like pop. And then we get the photos and we get the offer faster and then everybody's happier, right? And everyone's more excited about the journey of moving because marketing your home it's exciting and it's fun, but it's nerve wracking and it's very vulnerable to list your house and think my house isn't as pretty as my neighbors or my house doesn't look like that because I'm not able to execute that, whether because of time or energy or talent. So we have it all here, right? We have the time to do it. We have the talent. We have the energy. We want to make houses pretty.
Yeah, and we want to help you with that process. So like you said, we can make that Amazon wish list for you. You don't have to take the time to do all of that. And we can go in and we can hire the people to change that light fixture. And a lot of those things are cheap fixes that will make your house sell for a lot more because people don't want to do the work themselves.
Oh, and and it's also great to say sometimes we say you don't need to do all this. You just need to change out a couple light fixtures and make it more modern. We don't have to go to the ends of the earth to changing the whole room. If there's some things that work, we keep what they have and just we're an additional. Change the lights, add a throw, add some fresh like pillows, some more trendy vibe. And then all of a sudden the buyer's like, oh, I can see myself here. I'm not going home complaining about the neon. or the holes in the wall. We're going to get those fixed, right? So we're not just making it pretty. We're also getting it to baseline where there's no drywall issues and there's no scuffs on the wall. We really care about condition along with the staging and design, and that key condition with the beautiful vision at the end. That's really where the money pops. And I am all about making as much money as possible for my sellers, as if it's my own. I protect it like it's my own. So I'm just so excited to welcome you, and I think having you is that like you are a missing piece here on the Wise Group. And so we're so excited to tap in and see how you can help make all of our listings more beautiful. And so friends, if you are just out there thinking about marketing and selling your home anytime soon, reach out to us, because this is an additional concierge service included with our marketing fee. And to have Allison Eggers taught by the one and only Tiffany Eggers, I feel so privileged to have you guys in our aura and in our group. So keep watching us. You're going to see our listings look so much better because all of this energy and this vision and this talent coming together. We're all about collab. So thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have you.
For this journey, it's going to be so awesome. I cannot wait.
Well, stay tuned, everyone, and catch us on the IG.